Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm looking at the November 2019 paper 2 AQA paper and going to be looking, so that's the elephant non-fiction, which I don't know about you guys, but I found super traumatic and awful to read. Anyway, choices AQA, choices. So just in case you've not managed to read these extracts or get access to them, I'm going to do my usual thing. I'll just leave it here and pause it for you to read that first section, to read the second section, and this bit. And then moving over onto source 2, we've got the first part here, and here. Great, okay. What I wanted to do with this source 2, rather than do another full mark response, I just wanted to do sort of part of a grade 4 and a grade 9 response, and hopefully just sort of point out to you the differences, what it is that really elevates your grade from sort of half marks to full marks, what kinds of things you need to do. So I'm just going to share with you this this bit here, which would be comfortable kind of grade 4. It's got everything it needs to do to tick those boxes, sort of flag up what elements it has that are grade 4, but then compare that to a sort of grade 9 response, so hopefully you can see the difference between the two. So they're looking here for, in this question too, they are looking for you to make summaries. They want to see summary skills. They want to see that you can incorporate evidence. They call it kind of details. So in the mark scheme, you know, you've got details from both. So basically quotes. And then they do want you to be able to make inferences. So to read between the lines, take what's there, plus your own interpretations. This is, as I've said before, it is not a language question. And it's why it's one of my least favourite questions, because I think you've got to do quite a lot with very little time and for not many marks. But if you just have a skim over here of my grade 4 style response. So I've said in source A, the elephant is quite a big problem. That's basically my sort of summary, or my point if you were looking in a P kind of thing. It had destroyed a hut and it had also stolen from the fruit stall. So I've given details. This shows, so this is where like I'm signposting my inference. This shows that it can be destructive and a nuisance to people. So I've made an inference. It's not very sophisticated. I've just said, you know, I've really just kind of given a bit of a definition of what destroyed means. This bit here that I've gone and said a nuisance to people, that's the bit that's going to make sure it is a grade 4. If I'd literally just put it can be destructive, all I've done is given really a sort of definition of the evidence or the detail I've given. So there's not much reading between the lines, there's not much in the way of inference there. And then because we're looking at both sources, and I've been asked to look about the similar behaviour. So this is similar to source B, where the elephant began to destroy the doors. So I've made my, I found my similarity, I've got a detail from source B, and I've got another inference here which shows that he is badly behaved. So the fact that I've put this into my own words, I've looked at its destructiveness, and I've therefore kind of concluded, but not in a really sophisticated way, that that shows he's badly behaved. So, you know, a few of these sorts of points, you know, one like that in itself wouldn't be enough to get a grade 4, but a couple of sort of paragraphs, I guess, like this, a couple of points like this would be enough to secure you a grade 4. But I wanted to show you then in terms of a grade 9, and hopefully we can see the difference here. So in source A, the elephant causes significant damage to property and livelihoods. So I've got a more sophisticated summary, and actually there's an inference in that as well. It raided fruit stalls and devoured the stock. So I've got details here, and you know, embedded quotes are a good way to use details. So it raided the fruit stalls and devoured the stock, which could be devastating for the people earning their living. So I've kind of read more between the lines than just saying it's destructive. I've thought about, you know, it could be totally destroying people's livelihoods in a way. However, the elephant is tame and probably does not know how to source food in the wild. Okay, so we've got more inference here, and this is more, there's a higher level of sophistication to this inference. I'm not just saying it destroys stuff, therefore it's destructive. I'm sort of really putting my own spin on it. It relies entirely on the town where it is chained up. Likewise, so I've got my similarity here. In source B, the elephant's destructive behaviour can be attributed to the cruel conditions it is kept in. So this similarity is it's a bit more sophisticated. I'm not just going, yeah, that one's destructive and so is this one. I've read between the lines and gone, actually, it's the conditions, it's the fact that it's treated with cruelty and kept in conditions that are sort of cruel. That's the reason. So it's a more sophisticated inference. Although it began to destroy doors, he was perfectly quiet when in the gardens. So again, more details, and I really encourage you to do embedded quotes for these. He was perfectly quiet when in the gardens, indicating that the abuse and appalling cruelty it faced may be the real reason it was dangerous. So hopefully you can see, sort of looking at the pair of these, the basic kind of structure is the same, isn't it? I summarise, I bring in details, and I make inferences. Now, clearly this second one's a bit longer, so it's a bit more developed, but the heart of why this is a lot better is that my inferences are more original. I'm not just kind of going for a very obvious, it says it destroyed it, so it's destructive. I'm looking in a bit more detail. I'm looking to read between the lines that little bit more. So hopefully that's useful in just seeing these side by side. It doesn't, this doesn't feel a million miles away, but it is in terms of the level and sophistication of inference that I've used in this one. Okay, hope that's useful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.